The night belonged to history. Wembley Stadium, glowing under the London sky, had transformed into a coliseum of destiny. 90,000 fans stood in a sea of color and noise, their voices rising like thunder. Every camera flash burned against the midnight air as two men prepared to define an era. Oleksandr Usyk, the master craftsman, undefeated and unshaken, walked with quiet confidence. The pride of Ukraine carried more than belts. He carried the spirit of a nation. Across from him stood Daniel Dubois, the British powerhouse with redemption burning in his chest. This was his second chance. The first battle had ended in heartbreak and controversy, but this night was about rebirth. His body stronger, his mind calmer, Dubois had turned pain into purpose. The crowd divided. Ukrainian flags waved beside British banners, creating a storm of pride and passion. As they met at center ring, the tension could be cut with a knife. The referee's words faded into silence. Then the bell rang, sharp, echoing, final. Usyk circled like a ghost, his southpaw jab flickering in the air. Dubois followed, stalking, measuring, waiting for the chance to land his power. Every move was a test, every second a message. The arena held its breath as two worlds collided. Usyk's poetic movement against Dubois' brute power. It wasn't just boxing. It was intellect versus instinct, art versus rage. Round one ended with both men still calculating. Both corners calm, yet burning with energy. The crowd erupted. Wembley had come alive. The stage was set for war, and neither man looked ready to take a backward step. The second round opened like a high-speed chess match. Usyk's movement was pure rhythm, each step precise, each jab snapping like a camera flash. He painted the canvas with elegance, circling Dubois, tapping at range, testing reactions. Dubois didn't bite. He stayed patient, keeping his guard tight, his eyes fixed on Usyk's torso. He remembered the lessons of the first fight. Don't chase the phantom, trap it. Dubois targeted the body, digging hard left hooks to the ribs. The sound echoed through the air, raw and heavy. Usyk winced slightly, then smiled. He knew the body attack was coming, and he had prepared for it. He responded with counters, short, slicing left hands that snapped Dubois' head back. The Ukrainian crowd cheered wildly, singing through the tension. By round 3, the rhythm was clear. Usyk was faster, more elusive, but Dubois had patience and timing. He started cutting off the ring, making Usyk work for every inch. His jab began landing clean, and his right hand brushed Usyk's chin. The crowd gasped. For a moment, the great champion looked mortal. But Usyk adapted instantly. He shifted angles, changing tempo, attacking and retreating like a wave. His combinations began flowing. Jab, jab, straight left, pivot away. Dubois swung back, landing a thudding body shot that made the crowd roar again. Both men exchanged nods of respect. By the end of round 4, sweat poured, gloves cracked, and strategy became survival. Usyk had the edge in accuracy, but Dubois had the power to change everything with one swing. The atmosphere was electric, half the stadium singing, half chanting all united in awe. The tension built towards something inevitable. The real fight was about to begin. Rounds 5 and 6 were chaos wrapped in calculation. Dubois came forward, tighter, stronger, his jab snapping through the guard. He'd found rhythm in the storm. Each punch thudded like a drumbeat of defiance. The crowd roared Dubois as he pressed the champion backward. For the first time, Usyk's back touched the ropes. Dubois swung, a heavy right hand that cracked against Usyk's gloves, forcing him to reset. Usyk smiled through the fire. He had been here before. The danger only made him sharper. Like a grandmaster adjusting mid-game, he changed his rhythm. Quick in, quick out. No wasted movement. His punches became lightning. Jab, jab, left hand. The crowd erupted as Dubois' head snapped back, but the Brit refused to fade. His power was real. In round 7, he cut the ring perfectly, landing a right hand to Usyk's ribs, followed by a hook upstairs. The impact echoed. Usyk stumbled slightly, his balance shaken but spirit intact. He fired back instantly with a clean 3-punch combination that split Dubois' defense. The exchanges grew faster, heavier, more dangerous. Sweat flew under the lights like sparks. The chants of both nations merged into a single deafening roar. This was no longer a boxing match. It was a battle of endurance, belief, and heart. As the bell closed round 7, Dubois returned to his corner, breathing hard, his eyes still locked on Usyk. The champion, meanwhile, stood composed, breathing steady, eyes focused. The fight was tightening, the danger growing. Every round now carried the weight of legacy, and as round 8 approached, both men knew one mistake could end everything. Round 8 arrived, and with it, the storm. Usyk came out sharper, faster, more certain. His jab found its rhythm again, thudding against Dubois' head and chest. Each shot set up the next, a setup for destruction. Dubois tried to answer back, but his arms were heavy, his footwork slower. The earlier bodywork had cost him precious energy. Usyk's precision began to take over. He landed a clean left hand, followed by a double jab. The crowd erupted. Dubois bit down on his mouthpiece and swung back with a thunderous right. Usyk slipped under it like smoke, pivoted, and countered with a straight left down the middle that crashed against Dubois' jaw. The British warrior stumbled backward. Wembley gasped. Usyk smelled blood. He unleashed a flurry. Jab, jab, left, right hook. Dubois was on the ropes, blocking, absorbing, refusing to fall. But then a sharp left hand caught him square on the chin. He dropped to one knee, blinking, dazed. The referee's count echoed through the stadium. 5, 6. Dubois rose, defiant, nodding to continue. The bell saved him, but the momentum had shifted completely. Usyk walked calmly to his corner, eyes fixed on the horizon. He knew what was coming next. Dubois sat down, breathing heavy, his team urging him on. "You're still in this. He's not unbeatable," they shouted, but the doubt had crept in. Usyk had found his rhythm, his timing, his control. One round away from glory, he waited like a hunter for the perfect shot. Wembley roared, sensing the end approaching. History was now only moments away. Round 10 began, and silence fell before the storm. Dubois walked forward, his courage unbroken but his body fading. Across from him, Usyk looked like a man sculpted by destiny, calm, focused, divine in motion. The Ukrainian began to jab, measuring distance, setting traps. The air thickened. Every second felt heavier than the last. Then it happened. Usyk fainted low, drew Dubois' guard down, and unleashed a lightning-fast, straight left hand that exploded through the middle. Dubois froze. His head snapped back. His body folded, and he crashed to the canvas. The entire stadium gasped in disbelief. The referee began to count. 5, 6. Dubois tried to rise, trembling, eyes glassy. His legs betrayed him. 9. The bell never came. The fight was over. Usyk raised his arms to the heavens. The crowd exploded in a mix of awe and respect. The Ukrainian flags waved proudly, tears and cheers blending into one sound of triumph. Across the ring, Dubois sat on his stool, exhausted but proud. He had fought with heart, but on this night, genius triumphed. The announcer's voice boomed. By way of knockout, and still, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. History was sealed beneath Wembley's lights. The king had defended his throne, mastering chaos with beauty and power. As Usyk knelt in prayer, the cameras caught his calm smile, a man who carried his nation's spirit and reminded the world that skill, heart, and faith could conquer any mountain. Oleksandr Usyk, still undefeated, still undisputed, still the master of the heavyweight world.